An NBA insider just revealed an absolutely blockbuster rumor that links the Cleveland Cavaliers with Kevin Durant now. After hearing rumors about Giannis, rumors about certain guys getting traded, it is now a new report on a big star that is looking to be traded in this NBA offseason. I'm Matt Blaine, your Cavs Digest. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And this has been a blockbuster new rumor that has yet to be confirmed, but it seems likely that the Cavaliers have made a phone call asking about Kevin Durant to the Phoenix Suns. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button for stuff like this, because we post out reliable, quick, all the trade proposals, rumors, everything like that, especially with the Cavs offseason and the NBA Finals soon coming to an end, and it being the offseason for every team soon. There's a lot that's going to happen, especially with the Cavs, who are a 64-win team, who might be making big trades this offseason, and we don't know what's going to happen. There's so much going on, and that is why you should go ahead and subscribe to Cavs Digest, especially because a lot of you that watched are not subscribed. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're growing very, very fast. So let's talk about this new report. I'll find it. So this was the post. I know you can't see it, but it's from a Hoops Report, I believe. It says that the Cleveland Cavaliers are one of the teams that have spoken to Phoenix about Kevin Durant, and this was just part of it. But let's talk about the report itself and what was actually said fully. Toronto, I had also heard Cleveland, but I couldn't get firm confirmation on that, so I'm skeptical that actually happened. This came after a post from this insider. He posted about this, and it's all kind of Brett Siegel is his name. Excuse me. Now I just had to remember, but there we go. Brett Siegel posted a tweet talking about rumors and who was linked to Kevin Durant, and now it's being reported that Cleveland actually made a phone call. But he said it here. He replied saying, "I had also heard Cleveland, but I couldn't get confirmation on that." So now we have a report that Kevin Durant could be linked with the Cavs going into this offseason, and this just kind of comes out of nowhere, I guess, because Kevin Durant's one of those guys that, me personally, I'm going to give my opinion on what I think about it. Kevin Durant's one of those guys that just has such a big name, and he's drawing attention from a lot of people, especially Toronto. We know Minnesota, San Antonio are teams that have also been rumored to Kevin Durant, but now the Cavs all of a sudden are making phone calls for Kevin Durant. So let me talk about my personal opinion, what this can mean. But first, let's just give the general perspective on Kevin Durant as a player overall. A 26-point scorer at the age of 36 is super impressive. 6 rebounds a game, 4 assists per game. 52% from the field, 43% from three. If you look at his raw statistics, he's one of the best players in the NBA this year, like by far, and he's been that way for a while. Pure scoring, 53% from the field, paired with 43% from threes is unbelievable. It's something we haven't seen before. Like it's actually crazy that he has that he has that high of an efficiency while also scoring that much at his age. But it comes down to the ability to win. His last playoff series win was in 2021 with the Brooklyn Nets when Kyrie and James Harden were down. He averaged 34 points per game in that playoff run. He had Harden and Kyrie on his team, and they were both injured, and he had to take over. You guys know what happened in that Brooklyn series. But the year after, he got swept. And then last year, he got swept by the Timberwolves in the first round. So, there's, it's kind of weird to say what he is now. But let's kind of talk about his 2022 run when I believe Kyrie was healthy, and they had a chance to, advance in the first round of the playoffs. They actually got swept by the Celtics, and this is just some incredible mistakes that he made in Game 1. These are critical mistakes that he made with a chance to, continue the Brooklyn Nets elite roster with Kyrie, Harden, but they didn't have Harden this time. And this is Kevin Durant trying to find ways, but he's just turning over the ball left and right. And this is what scares me about KD, is can he perform in the playoffs at a top level? As of right now, he hasn't even won a playoff game in years, guys. A playoff game. Play-in doesn't count. Let's talk about the playoffs himself. He hasn't been able to win a game in the NBA playoffs, let alone a series. We're talking about a team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who the only reason they're addressing issues is because they can't win in the playoffs. So why on earth would you go ahead and get a guy that hasn't been proven as of late to be able to win a playoff series? Well, it comes down to the big stuff, like how good of a player Kevin Durant is in his past. 2-time Finals MVP winner with the Warriors, former regular season MVP in 2013, and then, of course, recently with that Brooklyn Nets series against the Bucks, where when he went to 7 games, his foot was on the line, so he forced a 2 to go to overtime instead of it being a 3. So there is a lot of stuff that Kevin Durant has done very, very well. But we're talking about the present here, guys. Let's be real. We're talking about the present here, and Kevin Durant hasn't won a playoff game in forever. And that's what gets to me, right, is how good of a player is this guy anyways anymore? How is he good at all? So for me personally, I think Kevin Durant is a great player, but for what the Cavs are looking for, if you think let's break this down. This is what I think the phone call went like. Hey, Phoenix, what are you guys looking for Kevin Durant? probably like 2 first-rounders and 2 superstars. And then the phone went down. That's what I kind of think this phone call went like if it was confirmed, because as I said, there's no confirmation yet from Brett. He couldn't quite confirm it at all. So it is a little skeptical if it actually happened. As of right now, it seems likely that it did, considering he's not the first guy that I've heard say it. It seems like the Cavs have just called, and as I kind of just played it out for you guys, what I think, how I think the phone call went. I really, really refuse to believe that Cleveland was saying, can we trade Jarrett Allen straight up for him? I don't think they were offering anything. I think it comes down to they were just wondering what the price was for KD. For me personally, what I would trade for Kevin Durant is one of these two guys, and that's the most. Specifically, I know we have some Jarrett Allen fans, but for the most part, everyone hates Jarrett Allen in the comment section, which is kind of crazy to me. I think as of right now, it seems like Jarrett Allen is the most likely. A Jarrett Allen for Kevin Durant straight up trade, I guess is likely. But you guys remember the second apron thing? I don't even know if Cleveland knows they're in the second apron because it seems like they're linked to a lot of people at this point, or they're just all lies, which some of them might be. But at this point, I would be willing to consider trading one of these two guys straight up for KD, and that's about it. I don't see a realistic world in which trading Jarrett Allen, putting Mobley at the starting center, and then signing like a backup center or trading Okoro for Valanciunas, and then you have Mobley at the 5 with a backup big, could add a lot to this roster. Let's break down what the roster could be like, especially with the fact that I made a video talking about Dean Wade and Ty Jerome and Sam Merrill could be gone. So at the 1, you could have DG, 2 Mitchell, 3 KD, 4 KD, 3 DeAndre Hunter. And at the 5, you could have Evan Mobley. That's honestly not a bad lineup at all. Of course, as I said, you lose Jarrett Allen, who people are saying is the softest guy, but you get Kevin Durant. And at this point, he's not getting any better. But these statistics is just going to help the team no matter what. Obviously, Phoenix struggled a lot. Bradley Beal was a bust for them, and Devin Booker and Kate. I think Devin Booker could be built around better than Kevin Durant can currently. And every team that Kevin Durant goes to just struggles. Like, he went to Brooklyn, he couldn't get it done. He got swept. I showed you some of these costly mistakes that he made. Like, he's just turning over the ball left and right, and, like, early in this series, and they got swept. He can't win a playoff game. He got swept by the Timberwolves recently as well. So it seems like he cannot win at this very moment. But for the most part, he could be valuable. It just comes down to the playoffs. And if you have him take a step down and you let Mitchell continue to be that star, then I could see something growing out of it. But, of course, that's the most I would do for this guy is trade one of these two guys, and that's really about it. Like, I would be willing to get Kevin Durant for Jarrett Allen straight up and move Mobley to the 5, get Valanciunas the backup center, get a new backup small forward, maybe let Jalen Tyson play at the backup small forward, Amani Bates maybe. You can get one of those two guys to be your backup small forward behind DeAndre Hunter, let Kevin Durant play the 4. But your bench is whack. And losing Jarrett Allen for just Kevin Durant, it makes your bench whack, especially if you lose Jerome, Merrill, and Dean Wade. It's starting to seem more likely that what the Cavs are capable of doing is just maintaining the core 4 and hopefully re-signing Sam Merrill. The biggest thing is getting rid of Okoro right now, but if the Cavs are truly linked, if Brett can get confirmation that this was real, I'm going to keep refreshing and make sure this would be blockbuster. Do I think the Cavs are going to pull the trigger on Kevin Durant? I doubt it. It seems more likely he's going to go to Toronto, Minnesota, or San Antonio maybe. But I do have to share this with you guys that there is a chance that the Cavs are calling interested in him, which is crazy to me. But anyways, I appreciate you guys so much for joining me here on Cavs Digest. Let me know what you guys think. Kevin Durant, how he would fit on the Cavs. I personally would not like it. I'll be honest. That's my honest opinion. I do not think Kevin Durant would be good on the Cleveland Cavaliers based on the scenario, based on what we need. I don't think Durant is what we need. I think we should just make the small moves, trading Okoro for a backup center and maybe trading Dean Wade for a younger guy or second round pick or something. I think that's the better option. But I want to say appreciate you guys for joining me. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Share these friends with your videos because we push out everything Cavs. We don't miss a thing. And there are bangers coming out right now from me and Billy. And as always, thank you guys for joining me.